Hey everyone, this is Mara the Reading Hedgehog with my January 2017 book haul. So some of these books actually are probably from my December book haul, which I never recorded because I'm lazy and horrible and I have not been dedicated to my booktube channel whatsoever. And I just don't remember which ones they are, so I apologize for that, but still, I got a pretty good number of books in January. I actually controlled myself. I have kind of a new buying system that's going to be totally broken this month, but that's okay. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into this. So, I'm pretty sure I got these books in January, or December, but again, I can't remember, so we'll just say I got them in January, because quite honestly, those 2 months are a bit of a blur. But the first book I got is Seraphina and the Black Cloak by Robert Beatty, and its sequel, Seraphina and the Twisted Staff. These are both middle grade fantasy. I don't really know what they're about. I just know that they are kind of getting a lot of buzz in the middle grade world, and that they're kind of considered must-reads. And Seraphina and the Black Cloak has actually been on my list to read ever since it came out. I just never got around to buying it or reading it. And, you know, then I was at Barnes & Noble, and I'm pretty sure I got these in December because I think I got them because I had Christmas money. But yeah, they were both there in hardcover, and I was like, hey, why not? Then I can binge them, because I'm pretty sure it's just going to be a duology. So yes, I got both of them, and look forward to reading them. The next book I got is Wayfarer by Alexandra Bracken. The second book in the Passengers. I believe it's a trilogy. Semi-new release. I think this came out in December. Yeah, maybe it didn't. I don't remember exactly, but it's semi-new release. And yeah, I have not read Passenger yet, but I plan on reading it very soon-ish. Few months, give it 3 or 4. And I went ahead and got the sequel because it's on hand if I end up really liking Passenger. And I like Alexandra Bracken's books. I really love her Darkest Minds trilogy, which I still need to read the third one. But I really, really like it, so I'm sure this will be really good too. After that, I got the book Jumper by Mathilde Glaser, I think is how it's pronounced. This was kind of a whim buy. I didn't know it was coming out, and then I think it was on an email Barnes & Noble sent me about new releases you might like. And it sounded really interesting. It's about a girl who can jump into books, essentially. That's as much as I remember about what it's about. So I got it, and it's a very pretty cover. And yeah, looking forward to reading this. Hopefully, I'll be buddy reading it with someone. After that, now these I know I got in January. So probably my first January buy was Frostblood by Ellie Blake. This is the first book in the Frostblood series trilogy. Not sure what it's going to be yet. This is fantasy, YA, and it just looked really, 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 really pretty. And it sounded kind of interesting from what I can remember of it, which isn't much. I think the power, either people have elemental powers and it comes from their blood, something like that, and the Frostbloods are like the cruel ruling class, and the main character is going to try to defeat someone, the usual, but it sounded good, even if it doesn't sound horribly original, and it's pretty, so I got it. After that, I got Poison's Kiss by Brianna Shields. I don't think this is going to be part of a series as far as I remember, but it might be. And surprise, surprise, I did not know this when I put it on hold, but it's signed. I'm not sure you can see that. Yeah, it's signed. That was a surprise. I was really excited. I don't really remember what this was about either. I just remember reading the synopsis and realizing that it was either it takes place in India or it's based in a world. It's based in a fantasy world that takes after India, and I've always loved Indian mythology and history ever since I was a kid. I blame on the fact that I grew up reading Frances Hodgson Burnett books, and so I really, really love fantasy worlds that take place in an India-esque world and that kind of borrow from their mythology and legends and stuff, because it's not done very often. So that's why I got this, because if I remember correctly, that's what it sounded like. So yes, excited. Then I also got Maresi by Maria, a last name I'm not even going to try to pronounce. This is the first book in the Red Abbey Chronicles, and I think this is based off a Norwegian folk tale. If I remember correctly, do not quote me on that because I am not positive at all, but I think it is. If any of you know, please let me know, because I would actually, I'd like to know where I got that thought, because it didn't just spring from my mind with no cause. I don't really know what this is about either. You all know that I'm horrible at remembering synopses for books that I just bought. But it must have sounded interesting and good because I bought it. Yeah, that's all I can tell you about it. But it's pretty, and I got it, so. And then last but not least, well, not quite last, but out of the novels, I got Carve the Mark by Veronica Roth, first book in her new series that's kind of high fantasy / sci-fi. Yeah, I don't have a great record with Veronica Roth's books. I read Divergent the day it came out, actually. I don't remember why, but it sounded good, so I got it the day it came out and then read it the day it came out because I had the time. I really, really liked the first book. I was one of the first fans, but then I read Insurgent. I hated Surgent until the end. The end made me read Allegiant. By the time I got to Allegiant, I detested it. I was just really tired of the world. I was really tired. I liked the world originally, but by the time I got to that one, I was tired of the world. I was tired of the characters. I was tired of everyone having emotional breakdowns, and I was tired of Triss constantly losing her gun. And I was done with the series. Yeah. But Carve the Mark sounded so different from Divergent that I was like, I'm gonna give it a shot. And I do like fantasy, and it sounded like she did a lot of really cool world building for it, so I got it, and I really hope it doesn't let me down, because it wasn't a cheap book, and I haven't been hearing very good things about it, but I don't tend to agree with a lot of reviews, so maybe this will be one of those cases where I don't agree with a lot of the reviews too. I'm hoping, because I want to like it. I want to like it. It's pretty, and it sounded interesting, and yeah, I want to like it. I don't want to hate it. I want to be able to like a Veronica Roth book again. I really do. So that's it for the novels, and I got I got more than a couple manga in January, but I don't remember all the ones I got, so I'll just show you the ones that I haven't shelved yet. I got volume 2 of The Lady and the Ghost by Kazuhiro Fujita. I think this is the subtitle of the series is The Black Museum, I think. Friend of mine, Cass, got me into the series. He actually got me the first one for Christmas. Thank you again, Cass. And it's about Florence Nightingale, but it's told from her story is told from the perspective of a ghost who is telling it to a curator of this kind of bizarre museum that curates bizarre things, usually ghost-related. And so far, just really, really enjoying it. Very historically accurate, which I love. And the characters are really cool. And it's just a really interesting take on Florence Nightingale and stuff. And yeah, I'm liking it. And then, of course, I got the obligatory Fruits Basket Collector's Edition, Volume 9. This is the second to last volume of the Collector's Edition. And then I have finished reading the series. It's very exciting. But just like the others, it is gorgeous. This is actually my least favorite cover out of all of them, but that's okay. And it's got color illustrations in the front and black and white through the rest of it because it's manga. But yes, so porting. So those are all the books I got in January, and I will see you guys around, hopefully, with my February reading wrap-up and maybe a couple of reviews, but don't hold your breath. Bye.